Good morning, everyone. This is Narol Suresh Kumar. Okay, hi everyone, all the boys and girls of 10th class. How are you all? I hope all the students are, I think, fine. So once again, good morning. So come to the lesson. So in the previous class already we were discussed about the Indian relief features, the location of India. So where is India located, and what is the difference between World Standard Time and Indian Standard Time? The accurate location of India, from India where to where it is located, from which degrees latitudes to which degrees latitude, from which longitudes to which longitude. So we were discussed in the last class. So the accurate location of our India, from where to where it is located on the globe location. The next we were discussed about the Himalayan Mountains. So the northern boundary of India, Himalayan Mountains from where to where it is extended. So Himalayan mountains are consisting of three ranges: Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik Range. So first Himadri, the Greater Himalayas. So where is the Greater Himalayas located? What is the high elevation of Greater Himalayas and high elevation of Lesser Himalayas? So what are the hills are located, dunes, and what? So complete information we were discussing about in the previous class. Today's class we are going to learn about the Shivalik Range. So already in the previous class we were discussed what Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Himadri, Himachal. So Himadri, Himachal. So we were discussing in the last class. Now in this class we are going to learn about the Shivalik Range. All the boys and girls are listen very carefully. Concentrate while I am teaching the lesson. You note down the points. You allot one holiday said in the last class. I taught in the last class. You allot separate notes for social studies. Important points, very very important. So already I've written many important points on the board. Okay, right? See, then you note down in the notebooks. Separate, you keep allot for a separate notebook. You note down very important points. It's a very useful and 1 mark questions also. So listen carefully. Come to the lesson now. First, we will discuss about the Shivalik Range. Shivalik Range. See, then the southern part of Lesser Himalayas is called as a Shivalik Range. Himadri, Himachal. So Himachal range, southern part. Himachal range, southern. Himadri, Himachal. Himachal southern part is called Shivalik Range. This Shivalik Range. So already we were discussed like this Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, and Shivalik Range. Now Shivalik Range extended. So the Shivalik Range extended width is so 10 to 50 kilometers. Some areas 10 kilometers width, some areas 40, 30, 50 like that. The width of the Shivalik Range. So this is the southernmost range of Himalayas are the Shivalik Range. So the Shivaliks extended over width of 10 to 50 kilometers. So this high elevation of the Shivalik Range, what I am telling, listen carefully. The Shivalik ranges width. So the width of the Shivalik ranges, so 10 to 50 kilometers. So some areas 10 kilometers width, some areas 20, some areas 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 like that. Shivaliks are extended from, already we were discussing in the last class. So Himalayan mountains are extended from Jammu and Kashmir to up to Arunachal Pradesh. We were discussing in the last class. Right now, like that the high elevation of the Shivalik, already we were discussed Greater Himalayas from the sea level, how many meters height above from the sea level. So Himadri range, Himachal range, like that Shivalik range the high elevation of Shivalik range is 900 to 1100 meters height. The Shivalik range height. So the Shivalik range height, high elevation is 900 to 1100 meters. This is the Shivalik Range. So in the Shivalik ranges, no, different regions are there. So in these ranges are called by different names in different regions. What I am telling. So these ranges are called by different names in different regions. Different names in different regions. Some areas, no, these Shivalik Range. In some areas in Shivalik ranges, no, called different names. Like what are the different names? No, for example, Shivalik Range, no. So the Shivalik Range, these which are the reasons ranges are there, no? So these ranges are called by different names in different states or different regions. For example, when you are going to Shivalik Range, no, Jammu and Kashmir area, Jammu area, no. So Jammu area, all the people are called this region. These ranges are called Jammu Hills. What I am telling, are you understand or not? See. These Shivalik ranges are extended from Jammu and Kashmir to up to Arunachal Pradesh. Himalayan mountains are extended from Jammu and Kashmir to up to Arunachal Pradesh. So these Himalayan mountains are divided into three ranges. What three parallel ranges? Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. So the Shivalik ranges, no, different names. The Shivalik ranges had a different names in different regions. What names had, no? Say in Jammu area, no, they were called Jammu Hills. And Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh. ఈ శివాలిక్ రేంజ్ నే కొన్ని ప్రాంతాల్లో కొన్ని పేర్లు పెట్టి పిలుస్తుంటారు. Like that. So Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh. When you are going to Arunachal Pradesh, no, the Shivalik ranges are called Mishmi Hills. When you are going to Jammu, no, Jammu area, no, they call Jammu Hills. In Assam, no, they call Kachar. Like that, no, different regions, no, different names. These Shivalik ranges are called by different names in different regions. Okay, this completely, what is the nature of the Shivalik range? What is the complete soil nature? So the complete soil nature, how is the Shivalik range? Himadri range is now completely covered with ice and snow. We were discussing in the last class. Am I right? So Himadri range, no, completely covered with 365 days covered with snow and ice. Many glaciers are located. The glaciers are found in Himadri range, Greater Himalayas. We were discussing. Next, Himachal range, Lesser Himalayas, no, completely rugged stones. We were discussed. So discussed. Now Shivalik range, no. In Shivalik range, what is the nature of the Shivalik range? No, completely. So the complete Shivalik range. So gravels means no stone, like white stones. Gravel, alluvium soils, good fertile soil, alluvium soil, gravels, pebbles, sediments, because of many rivers are originated in the Himadri range, like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Sindhu. These rivers are originated. So these rivers, no, flowing through the dunes, flowing from streams and deposited. So good alluvium, see alluvium soil and what is it? Alluvium and pebbles, gravels are found in the Shivalik range. The nature soil of the complete soil or nature of the Shivalik range, no. The feature of, so the physical feature of Shivalik range is, no, alluvium soil, Saramantamaina Nela, then pebbles. Pebbles means that complete, gravel stones, like white stones. So stones are found in the Shivalik range. Okay, then Shivalik range between Himachal range. So Shivalik range between Himachal range. So there is a gaps are there, gaps. So the laying gaps between Himachal range or Lesser Himalayas and Shivalik range, no, between the gaps are there. That gaps are called as a dunes. What I am telling. See what is the Himachal range. So Himachal range between Shivalik range. Himachal range between Shivalik range, no, there is a gaps are there. That gaps are called dunes. What are the dunes are there? No, dunes, no, Dehradun, Kotli Dune, Patli Dune. These are the very, very important dunes. Very, very important. This is 1 mark questions, maybe multiple choice question also. So Dehradun, Kotli Dune, Patli Dune. Dunes. So what is mean by dune? The gap between Shivalik Range and Himachal Range. The gap between hills and hills. Between the hills, the gap between hills is called dune. So these dunes, no, so Shivalik Range and Himachal Range. First one is Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. So Himachal, Shivalik, between that, no, many dunes are there. There are very important prominent dunes. Prominent dunes are there. What are the prominent dunes? No. So Dehradun, Kotli Dune, Patli Dune. These very important. Dehradun, Kotli Dune, Patli Dune. So these dunes are very, very important. 1 mark question also. Right. So the eastern, the most boundary of the Himalayas, no, Himalayas in so the Himalayas in Brahmaputra Valley. See, the eastern boundary of the Himalayas, the eastern boundary of the Himalayas are Brahmaputra Valley. What I am telling, the eastern boundary of the Himalayan mountains. East. So already we have discussed. So the Himalayan mountains are extended from west to east direction. Jammu and Kashmir to east. So then what is the boundary of Himalayan mountains in the east? No, Brahmaputra Valley. So the eastern boundary of the Himalayan mountain, Himalayas, it is Brahmaputra Valley. In Arunachal Pradesh, behind the Dihang Valley. In Arunachal Pradesh, no, behind of the Arunachal Pradesh, no, Dihang Valley is there. Okay, these Himalayas, when we are going to the eastern, no, the Himalayas are take no hairpin bend. Hairpin bend, no. So hairpin bend, small bend, it take a bend. So Himalayan mountains are extended from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, no, it is the eastern boundary area, no, it will take bend. Like, no, it comes like this. And it take it bend like this. Hairpin bend. Hairpin bend. So Jammu to Arunachal Pradesh. So from eastern, no, it take hairpin bend and it run towards the eastern states. Himalayan mountains are, no, what I am telling, Himalayan mountains are extended from Jammu and Kashmir to, so Jammu and Kashmir. So it coming to the Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh too, it take a hairpin. Hairpin bend means girls know. So like many people say pin bender, like mana pinch pettukuntam hair ki. Like no, it take a hairpin bender. Hairpin bend and it runs toward the eastern states. It runs toward the eastern states. So while I'm teaching you, once see the map of India once you see. After the class, no, once you open the, or while you are listening the class, no, once you open and you see the physical map of India. If you are not understand what I am telling. So what is the complete location of Himalayan mountains? You know, once you see, open the atlas book and you see the physical map of India. So complete location of Himalayan mountains. So when it is coming, the Himalayan mountains comes in the eastern, no, it take hairpin bend and run towards the eastern states. When it is coming to the eastern states, no, so there are many divisions are there. In the eastern states, no, many divisions. When Himalayan mountains are coming to the eastern, no, it take hairpin bend and run toward the eastern states. These eastern states, no, many divisions are there. These divisions are called as a Purvanchal range. Purvanchal range. The divisions are called as a Purvanchal range. These Purvanchal range, no, so consisting of many hills. What hills, no? Patkai hills, Naga hills, Manipur hills, Kashi hills, Mizo hills. What I am telling, once again I am telling you, especially for who are not understanding. See, the Himalayan mountains are, see, in Arunachal Pradesh, behind of the Dihang Valley, Arunachal Pradesh, no, these Himalayan mountains are take hairpin bend. So hairpin bend and run towards the eastern state. Arunachal Pradesh kochi malli eastern states kindiki vachestuntundi. So from it take hairpin bend and run towards the eastern states. So in eastern states, no, there are many divisions are there. These divisions are called as a Purvanchal range. Purvanchal range. So this Purvanchal range, no, mostly composed with so sedimentary rocks and sedimentary stones completely. So this Purvanchal is also known as a Patkoi Hills, Purvanchal Range. Divisions are called as a Purvanchal Range. Purvanchal Range is also called known as a Patkoi Hills. So, this Purvanchal Range ne konni hills no Patkoi Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, Kashi Hills, and Mizo Hills. Patkoi Hills, Nagaland no Naga Hills, Manipur no Manipur Hills, Kashi Hills, Mizo Hills, in different states no different names. For what the Shivalik Range. Shivalik Range when it is coming to the eastern state, when Shivalik ranges are coming towards eastern states, no, it is many divisions are there. These divisions, no, in different states, no, different names like no Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, Kashi Hills, and Mizo Hills. See, Himalayan mountains when it is coming to the eastern, no. So the eastern boundary of Himalayan mountains are the Brahmaputra Valley. In Arunachal Pradesh, no, behind the Hang Valley, no. So Himalayan mountains, Himalayan mountains, no, it take hairpin bend and run towards the eastern state. So eastern states, when it is coming to the eastern states, no, it had many divisions. These divisions are called as a Purvanchal Range. So Purvanchal Range is also known as a Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, Kashi Hills, Mizo Hills. So this is very important. Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, Kashi Hills, and Mizo Hills. So these are the hills. Do you understand? These are the three ranges: Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Shivalik Range. These are the parallel ranges. So Himalayan mountains are composing of three parallel ranges. These are the three parallel ranges. What are these means? Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Shivalik. Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. This is very important question. Very important question. Next, we'll go for what is the importance of Himalayan mountains. So, what is the importance of northern boundary of India is a Himalayan mountain. So, what is the importance of Himalayan mountains? So let us learn about the Himalayan mountains. Are you listening carefully? So listen very carefully. Note down in your notebook. So you have any doubts, you call me. So I think most of the students you have my number also. Just if you are not understand anytime is not night time. So daytime you can call me and you can ask that. I'll explain. If you are not understand any point also, clearly I'll explain you. Don't worry about that, especially for who are students are slowly observing students. Yes, Pavan, are you listening? Right. Say now we'll go for importance of Himalayan mountains. Importance of Himalayan mountains. Now let us learn about the Himalayan mountains. So importance of Himalayan mountains. So this is a 4-mark question. So in previous exams, no, several times asked. So in previous last year means before last year. So this is very important question and 4-mark question also. So what is the importance of Indian climate? What is the importance of Himalayan mountains? So first importance now, Himalayan mountains are influencing on Indian climate. What I am telling here, Himalayan mountains are it is influencing on Indian climate. It is influencing on the Indian climate. So Indian climate, that is the first point. So what is the first point of importance of Himalayan mountain? This is 4-mark question. Listen carefully. Sometimes we will ask also 2-mark question also. So importance of Himalayan. So first one, it is Himalayan mountains are influencing the Indian climate in various ways, in different ways. So it is the second point. It is the natural barriers and it protecting from the which winds are coming from the Central Asia, which cool winds are coming from Central Asia, no? It is protecting. Himalayas mountains are, so Himalayan mountains are very high elevation, 6,000 meters height. So above, so it's a very height. So which winds are coming from Central Asia? So Which are the winds are coming from Central Asia, China, and which are the winds, no, that winds are cool. So these Himalayan mountains, no, which winds are coming towards India, no, it is protecting from the cool winds. These are the natural barriers. Natural barriers. It అడ్డుపడుతుంది. ఏవైతే చల్లటి గాళ్ళు వస్తున్నప్పుడు హిమాలయన్ మౌంటైన్స్ అడ్డుపడి మనకు సో ఇండియా మొత్తం చల్లగా లేకుండా చేస్తుంది. So Himalayan mountains act as a natural barriers. Why? Because of which winds are coming from Central Asia, which cool winds are coming from Central Asia, no, these Himalayan mountains are protecting. If there is no, once imagine there is no Himalayan mountains, no, India is completely, so especially for North India, it is completely cool country only. North and South, it is so more affecting on North India, slightly it is affecting on South India. No, complete India is also cool country only because of cool breezes are coming from the Central Asia. So the Himalayan mountains are protecting. This is the second point. First point is Himalayan mountains are influencing on Indian climate in various ways. See, Himalayan mountains, second point is Himalayan mountains are act as a natural barriers for protecting the cool winds which are coming from the Central Asia. This is the second point. Himalayan mountains are the sources for many perennial rivers. There are many perennial rivers and its tributaries also originated in Himalayan mountains. River Indus or Sindhu, River Ganga, River Brahmaputra and its many tributary rivers. These are the rivers are originated in the Himalayan mountains. Perennial rivers. So with these rivers, no, so with the river system, no, many hectares of land is cultivating. Many projects are constructed across the rivers. Irrigation facilities, navigation facilities, fishing, controlling the floods. Like no, Himalayan mountains, no, sources of many perennial rivers. So Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra, many rivers are originated in Himalayan mountains. So 365 days this water is flowing from the Himalayan range and formed as rivers. So these rivers, no, with river, no, there are many beneficiaries. Indian agriculture system is depends on river system projects. So across Ganga, across the Indus, across Brahmaputra, many projects are constructed. Multi-purpose projects are constructed. So then it is a natural sources. It is a sources of many rivers. So then so Himalayan mountains are, no, it is the natural barrier which winds are coming from west coastal plains, which winds are coming from east coastal plains. No, these winds are coming towards Himalayan mountains, and when the Himalayan mountains are the natural barriers, no, these winds, no, are rising up into the sky, and clouds are cooling. The clouds are colded. The clouds were cold, and there is a heavy rains in the northern plains. What I am telling here, which winds are coming from west coastal areas, which winds are coming from eastwards, which are winds are coming from Bay of Bengal, which winds are coming from Arabian Sea. These winds are running so from west coastal, east coastal, so western Ghats to and Deccan Plateau, and running towards the so northern plains. And when the Himalayan mountains comes, no, Himalayan mountains are very high, then these winds, no, take up directions. So these winds, no, are rising up, and the clouds are cooled. There is a heavy rains in the northern plains. We'll discuss about the northern plains. There is a heavy rains. So due to Himalayan mountains. See, there are many perennial rivers originated. These perennial rivers are broad sediment, alluvium, fertility, and deposited in the northern plains. Deposited in the Indo-Gangtic plains, northern plains. So the plains are suitable for cultivating of crops. Northern plains are very suitable for cultivating of crops. Alluvium soil, fertile soil. So these are the important in Himalayan mountains, no. So Shivalik ranges and lesser Himalayas, no. Good wildlife, natural vegetations, many plants, trees, wood. So many forest products are available in Himalayan mountains. So these are the importance of Himalayan mountains. So next, are you understand? Himalayan mountains are, once again I am telling you for specially for, okay, importance of Himalayas. So Himalayan mountains are very useful to India. Himalayan mountains are influencing on Indian climate. Note down first. Himalayan mountains are influencing on Indian climate in various ways. Second point, Himalayan mountains are natural barriers protecting which cool winds are coming from the Central Asia. Himalayan mountains are the natural sources for many perennial rivers. Ganga, Indus, Sindhu. So these are the rivers and its tributary rivers. So these rivers also originated in Himalayan mountains. These rivers are brought many sediment, alluvium, fertility and deposited in the northern plains. Northern plains are very suitable for agriculture. Then Himalayan mountains cause for many rains, causes for rains. Himalayan mountains are helping for the India. So when which are the winds are coming from west and east, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, which winds are coming now, so it is attracting the winds, and so winds are taking directions, converting the directions and rising up, and clouds are cooled. There is a heavy rains in the northern plains. So many natural vegetation, so many plants, herbal plants, trees, softwood, hardwood, herbal plants, forest products are available in the Himalayan mountains. Greenery. There are many useful to India. Himalayan mountains are helping to the India. It is useful to our India. Next, we'll go for next topic. Indo-Gantic. Himalayan mountains are completed. So we will discuss Himalayan mountains are extended from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, west to east. It consisting of three parallel ranges: Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik, greater, lesser Shivalik ranges we were discussed. Importance of Himalayas also we were discussed. Now we'll go for another topic, very important, physical division. So second physical division, physical feature is Indo-Gangtic Plane. Second physical division is Indo-Gangtic Plane. Indo-Gangtic Plane. See, these Indo-Gangtic plains are formed with three rivers. Indo-Gangtic plains formed with three rivers. So these plains are formed by three rivers. What are the three rivers, man? Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra. With these three rivers, these so Indo-Gangtic plains are formed. And not only for this reason, it's these three rivers, tributary rivers also, with that these Indo-Gangtic plains are formed. Indo-Gangtic plains were formed by three rivers, with three rivers and its tributary rivers. Indo-Gangtic plains are formed. We will discuss how the Indo-Gangtic plains are formed. So in the beginning means about 20 million years of ago. 20 million years of ago, it is in the foot of the Shivalik Range, 20 million years of ago. Once again, 20 million years of ago, foot of the Shivalik, greater, lesser Shivalik. Foot of the Shivalik areas, completely, that is so shallow, lowland area, completely lowland, shallow land means lowland area. So in this lowland area, no, 20 million years of ago, no, in foot of the Himalayan mountains, foot of the Himalayas, foot of the Shivalik. So in foot of the Himalayan mountains, complete shallow land, low land. This low land filled with alluvium. So filled with alluvium soil and some of the pebbles. So how this lowland was filled? How the shallow land filled? Once again, I'm telling you here. Indo-Gangtic plains. Indo-Gangtic plains were formed by with 3 rivers and its tributary rivers. What are the three rivers now? Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra. Right? Pavan? Aravind? So, with 3 rivers, these Indo-Gangtic plains are formed. Okay, 20 million years of ago, 20 million years of ago, complete the foot of the Himalayan mountains, completely shallow land, lowland area. Lowland means low tatu pranta mottam. Lowland area. This lowland area from 20 million years onwards, no, completely filled with alluvium soil. This where is alluvium soil? From where we brought this alluvium soil, no? These perennial rivers are brought alluvium soil and deposited in the alluvium soil ante manchi saravantamaina neela. Matti, manchi very fertile soil. Very smooth. It is a good proteins in that in that soil. Good natural proteins like vitamin protein. Good fertility for it is useful for growing of plants. Like no, this lowland area, shallow land, lowland area filled with sediment, filled with alluvium soil. These alluvium soil brought from Himalayan mountains. Ever తీసుకొచ్చారు? Not me, not you. These 3 rivers, Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra. So these 3 rivers are brought alluvium soil from Himalayan mountains. Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. So these rivers are flowing from Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik, no? Coming from that Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik range, no? So when the rivers are coming, no, these rivers are bringing the alluvium soil and deposited in the lowland area. So lowland areas, no, what happened? So when it is filled, no, it became very flat. It became flat. How it became flat? So 20 million years of ago, this is completely foot of the Himalayan mountains, shallow land, lowland. When the see once, so 20 million years of ago, this completely shallow land, lowland area. These 3 rivers are brought alluvium soil and deposited in the shallow land. This land became flat surface like that. No, Indo-Gangtic plains are formed. So these Indo-Gangtic plains, no, broadly consisting of 3 divisions. Indo-Gangtic plains are consisting of 3 broadly divisions. 3 divisions. Consisting of 3 divisions. 3 divisions. 3 divisions. 3 divisions. Indo-Gangtic plains are consisting of 3 divisions. One is western part, one is central part, one is eastern part. Western part, central part, eastern part. Indo-Gangtic plain. Listen carefully. Indo-Gangtic plain consisting of 3 divisions. One is western part, one is central part, eastern part. West side is west part, middle, central part, east side, eastern part. Western part, central part, eastern part. Let us learn about the first one is western part. Western part of Indo-Gangtic plains are formed by River Indus. River Sindhu. Don't confuse. Don't confuse. Naresh. Don't confuse. Say Aravind, especially. Say Revant, are you listening? Say, sir, girls, all the girls listen carefully. Ponnam, concentrate here. Say, western part, first Indo-Gangtic Plane, western part. Indo-Gangtic Plane consisting of three divisions. One is western part, second one is central part, third one is eastern part. Okay, western part. So now let us learn about the western part. This western part is formed by Indus and its tributaries. Western part of Indo-Gangtic Plain formed by river Indus and its tributary rivers. Indus or Sindhu. Same name. Okay, don't confuse. Indus river is also called as a Sindhu also. So two names for this river. Okay, Indus, Sindhu. Don't confuse. Not separate for Indus, not separate for Sindhu. Sindhu or Indus, both are same. Okay, right. River Indus, no. Okay, the western part of Indo-Gantic plains are formed by Indus River and its tributary rivers. Western part of Indo-Gantic plains are formed by Indus River and its tributaries. What are the tributary rivers, sir? Indus River, tributary rivers means what? Upanadulu, Chunadulu. So, Indus River tributary rivers are Jhelum, note down, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias, Sutlej. These are the tributary rivers of Indus River. One more question. Indus River tributaries are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias and Sutlej. These are the tributary rivers of Indus. Okay, with these tributary rivers and Indus, no, completely western Indo-Gantic plains are formed. So this western Indo-Gantic plain, what is the feature? Natural feature, the feature of, so what is the composition of Indo-Gantic plain? Western part of Indo-Gantic, how it is completely composed? The western part of Indo-Gantic plains are how it is composed by Indus and its tributary rivers. What is the nature of the soil? How it is composed? What is the composition? No, complete the feature of these western part of Indo-Gantic plain. No, mostly it is see the complete soil. No, it is a dough fertile soil. Dough features. Dough features, very important. If you are not understand, I will tell again. So the western part of Indo-Gantic plain. So the feature of soil, composition of soil, the nature of the soil, dough features, doab, D-O-A-B, very important. Dough feature means no, the fertile soil, the fertile land between two rivers. Dough feature means the fertile land. Dough feature is nothing but dough feature. Dough means fertile soil. సారవంతమైన నేల అన్నమాట. డో ఫీచర్స్ దాన్ని డో ఫీచర్స్ అన్నమాట. డో ఫీచర్స్ సాయిల్. సో ద ఫెర్టైల్ ల్యాండ్ బిట్వీన్ టూ రివర్స్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డోబ్. దట్స్ ఆల్. The composition of western part of Indo-Gantic plain. So the feature of the nature of soil, the soil feature, the land feature. What is the land feature? What is the western part of Indo-Gantic plain feature is no dough features. Dough feature means no, it is a fertile soil, alluvium soil, completely alluvium soil, good soil. It is useful for cultivation of crops. Alluvium soil. So this alluvium soil, no, dough features, no, located between two rivers. between Sutlej and Bias, like that, no, Indus and its tributaries, no, like that, no. The major portion of western Indo-Gantic Plane or Indus River plains, no. So so Indus and its tributary rivers, no, composed by western part of Indo-Gantic Plane, no. This major portion is located in Pakistan only. Do you understand? The western part of Indo-Gantic Plain, major portion in Pakistan, minor portion in India, the two Haryana and Punjab area. Haryana and Punjab. Haryana and Punjab. These two are the two states of India. Okay, right. So, and the major portion of Indo-Gantic Plain, it is located. Doe features land. Doe features of land is located major portion in Pakistan, minor portion 80% Pakistan, 20% like India, minor portion in Punjab and Haryana. See, Doe, this is very important, very important. IMP. Doe feature. What is mean by Doe? The fertile land between two rivers is called Doe. That's all. Alluvium soil. Doe features means Doe means alluvium, fertile soil, or the fertile land between two rivers is called Doe. Very important. Keep in your mind. Put in your mind. Right? So save in your separate. You create one folder in your mind. Then Doe features land where western part of Indo-Gantic Plain nature is Doe feature. Doe feature. Okay, this is the western part. Western part of Indo-Gantic Plain is formed by river Indus and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias, Sutlej. These are the 5 tributary rivers of Indus. Right? Now we will go for second one is central part. Second one is a central part. How the central part of Indo-Gantic Plains are formed? Western part is formed by Indus River and its tributary rivers. Its tributary rivers. How the central part formed? Let us learn about that. No, central part is known as also called as a Ganga Plain. Central part of Indo-Gantic Plain is known as also called as Ganga Plain. Why? Because of the central part is completely composed with or formed by river Ganga. The central part of Indo-Gantic Plain was formed by Ganga. That's why it is called as a Ganga Plain. Okay, now we will discuss about the central